Brad Pitt talks motorcycles, designing cashmere shirts, and his favorite color. In F1, Brad Pitt plays a journeyman racing driver, Sonny Hayes, who happens to dress a lot like Brad Pitt. In part because in a couple of scenes, Sonny is in fact wearing garments designed by Pitt himself. I'm not above self-promotion, Pitt tells me with a chuckle. Sonny's shirts, and for that matter, the shirts Pitt wears most days, hail from God's True Cashmere, the small batch luxury clothing brand the actor quietly co-founded in 2019 with his friend Sathari. The duo designed this steadily growing line together. And on a recent Friday afternoon, Pitt and Sathari joined me on a video call from their cozy office in West LA, which looks kind of like a vintage dealer's cluttered walk-in closet. For a label that sells very expensive flannel shirts, it looks fairly DIY behind the scenes. Pitt refers to the operation as their garage band. Truthfully, we just do what we like and we call it a day, he says. At one point while we're talking, Pitt reaches across the table to fuss with a few swatches of fabric. Sorry, I'm seeing some good color mixes. Scrappy as it might be, the garage band is booking bigger gigs. Today, God's True Cashmere is releasing a collaboration with Harley-Davidson. The capsule includes 2 cashmere knits, a plaid cashmere snap-button shirt, and a mechanic jacket, lined, of course, with cashmere, with a retail price of $2,600. It is perhaps the plushest motorcycle gear ever made. Does he expect to see the collab at Sturgis? Pitt laughs. I don't think so. If we see him at an art opening or something, it'd be nice. Though God's True Cashmere might not be aimed at the average Hell's Angel, hardcore bikers claim Pitt as one of their own. He grew up on dirt bikes in Missouri and is still a serious rider, with a museum-quality bike collection, including several rare Harleys. I got panheads, I got flatheads, I got shovelheads. I got 'em all, he says, referring to famous vintage Harley engine types. You might remember Pitt riding a vintage Harley in his recent GQ cover story. Because the shoot was in New Zealand, he had to borrow the bike, he tells me, from his friend and fellow gearhead Jason Momoa. The Harley collection partly explains why Brad Pitt spends his days off talking about yarn counts. He's a true blue clothing geek and is obsessed with craftsmanship and quality design across many mediums, and gets excited recalling how he and Sathari visited the Harley-Davidson Museum in Milwaukee and dug through its collection of vintage motorcycle garb for inspiration. It's kind of how we started, he notes. We took the classic plaid shirt, which has been around forever and feels very American, and we luxed it up. And so the idea of taking this muscle machine that's been a part of American culture for a century here and luxing it up in the same kind of way was fun for us. Harley is so heritage, and everything is done so artistically and meticulously, and I feel like we do the same, Sathari adds. Pitt jokes that co-owning a clothing brand has made it much easier to get dressed in the morning. I mean, now with Instagram, I'll see some old photos of myself, and I'm like, holy fuck, I was wearing that really. But a fuller explanation of Pitt's side quest is that it was fate. Of Pitt's creative projects, making ceramics, designing furniture, God's True Cashmere has the most unexpected backstory. Sathari is a jewelry designer and holistic healer who is the longtime